Hey, I'm Phil. Welcome to the Bargain Bin. I'm here with,
Don.
And Rob.
and unlike the last two where we talked about just whatever popped in our head, this time we're organized. We actually have more than what was it, 3 questions last time.
Yeah.
So I'll start with Rob. I'll start with Rob since the order I have these down is Rob, Don, Phil. So.
Okay.
We'll start with Rob. I guess I should have looked at who posted these questions, but I'm sure the person listening who posted probably know their own question. So, who is your favorite character in Fate Zero?
I'd go with Ryder. I mean, Kiritsu is, one of the main focal points of the show, but Ryder is just one of the most better written characters.
Well, Kitsuku felt more like Batman, the anti-hero character.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Most of the cast was relatively good through that show, but both Ryder and Kiritsugu, more outgoing characters.
Well,
Kiritsugu just more because he had more, time, and Ryder just because more charismatic than all the others. I did like the serial killer. What's his name?
The redhead.
Yeah, he kept it interesting.
With Bluebeard.
Yeah,
Their combo was just together. I mean, Weaver and
Waver,
whatever, and Ryder. That was a pretty cool combo. Saber and Kitsugu was okay.
Well, they weren't really a combo.
Yeah, they were just polar opposites.
Yeah.
Well, the next question is subs or dubs? Which do you prefer? I personally prefer subs over dubs because I cannot stand the mistranslations in anime.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of mistranslations either, but if people have problems with the dub, or not really the dub, the subs, they just can't keep along with it, I'm fine with a dub of the show. I just don't personally watch them unless the show is just meant to be watched in dub, Cowboy Bebop or Trigun or Black Lagoon.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your opinion on Attack on Titan? To me, it's my favorite anime of all time.
I feel it's one of the better shonens of
It's a
all.
shonen?
Yeah, it is a shonen. It's a shonen with a dark twist.
Wow.
Yeah.
People being eaten and all that. I would
Yeah,
never
it's
thought
a
that was
shonen with a dark twist to it, which it's why it's so popular, because it's in the shonen category. So it got a lot of fame in Japan when it was airing, and then that kind of got over here just because it was fast paced, it was dark, people really liked it.
Well, episode 5 hook.
Yeah,
I think that's where everyone went
mm-hmm.
really into it.
Just because episode 5 it ends spoiler alert, but pretty sure everyone's probably watched it by now. Ends with the main character being eaten, and people are just like, holy shit, what the fuck does it do now? Especially when the show was airing, since you had to watch episodes week by week, and it was just everyone on the forums and shit and on Reddit were just like, what the fuck is this anime gonna do now?
I was just hoping it was going to be a tragedy. That's what it really looked like.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But my opinion on it, I think it's the best shonen so far, and it deserves its praise because it's just overall good, but I wouldn't say it's the best anime.
Just a little thing to add. I do think the praise for it does remind me a little bit of the Akira praise, where everybody's telling you that, see it, it'll blow your mind. There's nothing like it out there ever before, and it's just they put it on that it on that plateau.
That pedestal.
Yeah.
You've never seen this before. It's unique. You don't understand the arts. You're too stupid.
I've mostly gotten that whenever I criticize Akira, but
I need to watch it. I haven't seen it. YouTube apparently has.
Yeah. I read the manga before I even watched the anime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everybody says that the manga is just a thousand
Thousand
times
times
better.
better. Yes.
Just because it's not condensed and everything's explained.
Well, of course, because the manga, it's the original work, so they get everything explained,
Yeah.
and in the movie, you're kind of rushed. You have a time limit.
I don't know why they thought to make it into a movie. You know, if it was obviously something that just should have been an anime series.
Well, I mean, the manga is relatively short.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not like it was like a 200 chapter manga.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Do you play Final Fantasy? And if so, what is your favorite Final Fantasy game?
I do play Final Fantasy, but I play very little of it, honestly. I've only really played 7, 10,
You
8,
played
and
X2.
4, and 3, and X and 2. I can't really say which one is my favorite, because if I do go with 7, it's not really my favorite. It's just one of the better ones of its time, just story-wise. But I wouldn't say it was the better game.
And I'm the asshole who doesn't like Final Fantasy at all.
Which is fine.
I had Final Fantasy 3, which I thought was a great game.
Yeah, 3 was fun.
I think it's a good game they really grow up on.
Yeah.
A JRPG. It's
I'll-
really good, strong.
A lot of people, like,
It's one of the RPGs that you can give to your kid and they can enjoy it because it's not too deep of a story, but it's long enough to keep them, attracted to.
yeah. I never was a big fan of RPGs, not until, like, recent years. When I was a kid, I always wanted to play beat 'em ups and stuff like that. That was, like, my favorite thing. But I did play almost all the way through 3. There was a point where I got to a certain boss where I just could not get any further in the game. And apparently there was something I could have done to make it a lot easier, but I couldn't have. I had to talk to, like, a certain person in a certain town, go to a particular place, and just, I get
You had
the,
to have the
This is-
guidebook.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is what I liked about the RPG genre because there's so much you could actually do, or you can do it just the hard way, trying to do it fast.
Well, I remember when I was younger, I was sitting there like under level because
Yeah,
apparently
because
I never
you
got
would
to
try to
grind.
do it. You would try to do it fast, and you wouldn't grind. You try to just keep going from story mission to story mission, and you're like,
I'm dead.
shit,
And I
this
gave-
boss
Well-
is just constantly killing me.
well, then they try to, make it easier to where grinding wasn't a priority.
Well, that's just because people
Or,
got tired of the
mandatory.
grinding.
I think they need to upgrade it to the talent tree, like the boss or the progression is where the story is, and at your
Yeah.
level is your progression.
Okay, these questions are for Don. What is your beef with Nintendo? I'm not angry. I'm just. What is your beef with Nintendo? What is your beef with Nintendo?
My
Not angry, just curious.
my beef with them is the fact that I got backstabbed. Because I was a really hardcore huge fan. I loved Nintendo. I would buy their product from Nintendo. My favorite console is the GameCube. My favorite game is Super Smash Bros. Melee. I fucking loved it. I bought all their stuff. As soon as I had the money, I just buy it and I would continue to buy it. And then the Wii happened. And I remember getting Legend of Zelda. And I went into tears. Because I was just like, this does not feel like a Legend of Zelda game. None of the games, like even the Mario Kart I was playing, I was just like, this doesn't feel like Mario Kart with the Wii controller.
So how did you feel about Brawl? The transition from Melee into Brawl.
At least they were kind enough to let you use the GameCube controllers.
Yeah, that was.
But then they
useless.
stopped manufacturing them for a while.
Yeah,
That broke my heart
they
even
buy
more.
their shitty
Yep.
There's it wasn't was it?
It was it was sort of like a Sega remote. It was a really piece of shit.
Yeah, it was the wannabe version of
Yeah.
Wii Sega remote. But I was such a huge fan, and yeah, the transition from Melee to Brawl felt like even more of a stab. I mean, at least it was easier for people to get into it for a competitive scene. But it felt horrible, just Nintendo stabbing you, the Wii just,
It felt like a gift.
yeah, it was like, did you just throw us away? Did you forget about us? The 3D, not 3DS, the DS. Nintendogs. Oh yeah. Actually my bigger beef with it is, how much they fucked up with the Star Fox series.
Yeah. What was that one where you're fighting dinosaurs?
Actually I enjoyed that one,
Oh.
just because it was a
I just
Legend
heard that
of
was
Zelda.
like the.
People said it's not a Star Fox, it was a Zelda, and I have to agree, but I still like the
It was the
mixture.
Zelda engine, from what
Yeah.
I've been told.
Yeah, it was a Zelda with Star Fox, and people were like, I don't play Star Fox, I play Zelda, but I'm like, I like the two, so that was, a good
I just
fan.
kept hearing I just remember people telling me it was like that big betrayal to the series or whatever.
I didn't feel like it was a
But
betrayal.
you know,
Yeah.
fans always have that big betrayal game.
I thought it was like a mixture of Star Fox and with Zelda, and I was like, dude, I love both of these. This is both things I want. But my big deal with it was the Star Fox DS because the controls were horrible, the game mechanic was horrible. I didn't enjoy it, and after that we had Star Fox 64 remake on the DS again, which was just dumb.
That was when games were just being remade just to get more money. And just
Yeah.
like, oh, remaster.
Yeah,
Ooh, let's get
And
more
I
money.
mean,
Well, to be fair, I actually bought the Ocarina of Time remaster just because I never owned the original game. I played the hell out of it, but I never owned it.
But yeah, I still have a place for Nintendo for Smash Bros. But there are other games, I will refuse to purchase them. I mean, I still want to say I'm at least slightly a fan, but to get backstabbed that hard by your favorite company, especially one you looked up to.
We hope
that
you
you
like
grew up
Wii
with.
Fit, because that's like 90% of the games they're going to make
Didn't they put the Wii Fit girl into the new
in
Yeah.
Smash Bros.
Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
And
just,
isn't it like the thing now taking characters from other companies putting it in it? Like, didn't they put like Snake into it?
Yeah, that
well,
was the
Snake
last
was a
one.
wanted. He was wanted to be there since Melee.
Oh, okay.
He was a really wanted guest. And
Sonic was.
I was
put in
really
there.
surprised for like a really wanted guest. He didn't make it to Smash 4.
What blew my mind was having Sonic in there,
And
and that's just because I grew up there in the hills.
Sonic was a requested. I believe the fans requested him, and same with Mega Man.
Okay,
Now,
see, when I was a kid, the idea of Sonic being on a Mario game was completely unheard of. Because, it was Nintendo versus Sega.
yeah, and now they're just hand in hand.
Yeah. Which kind of depresses me, but hey, Sega shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, and I think Nintendo is too, starting to definitely.
Like
Or
I've
have
said
been.
before, they're not even in the conversation anymore when you talk about video games.
It's no longer the big three; it's just two.
Yeah, everybody's caught up about Sony or Microsoft.
Yeah,
Okay.
PC Master Race.
yeah. PC Master Race.
Okay, next question. What kind of mic do you guys use?
We use a Blue Yeti. I forgot what version. I ain't gonna look at the box. I'm too lazy to get up. Fuck that. But yeah, we use a simple Blue Yeti. It was like around $98. Got it on eBay. So
You
it's
mean
pretty
Amazon?
cheap. Or yeah, Amazon. Really cheap.
Okay, the next question is, are you guys fans of the Nostalgia Critic? If so, what are your favorite reviews?
Damn. I'd have to say, I know me and you are huge fans. I
Yeah,
sit there and I
I don't
watch
know
all that
about
stuff.
I don't really watch it, so.
Oh, you need to get to watching the NC.
You just gotta find the right video.
I don't know. I really liked his Avatar one. His top 11.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, I saw it. It was hilarious. And this is the reason why I'm not really big on lists, but at least he puts a lot of effort into it to where it's a list that's hilarious.
Yeah, and even
Yeah,
if
you-
it's not even that funny, it's not like I don't know. It's not bullshit. It's just like you can see the obvious work he put into the videos.
Yeah. He makes things funny and interesting. He makes a review fun and enjoyable. That's why I like Zero Punctuation also. They make reviews fun and interesting. They make rants fun and interesting.
Yeah, and you don't get the moment where you're like, dude, calm down. It's not that big of a deal. But since that is the joke,
Yeah, it's the characters
It's
that
the-
over exaggerate.
yeah, it's the joke that this guy is so mad over something so trivial. My favorite review, it's not really a review, it's more of an overlook, but currently two of my favorite ones right now is the Disney Afternoon special where he looked at all the cartoons.
All the really old ones.
Yeah, the last joke is hilarious in that fucking white black grandma played by Linkara. That was hilarious. I didn't see it coming. It just, oh my god, that was such a funny joke. The whole video is funny. I mean, like Malcolm saying something like, I don't know, he would say something that kind of insulted the shows that the Nostalgia Critic liked, so he would beat his ass. It's like, I think he needs to go to the hospital. Next cartoon. And he talked about the comments that he got. Like people were like, they were howling racism, but
You don't read YouTube comments.
It's not YouTube. It was on his own site.
Damn.
But they were kidding. It wasn't
Okay.
like real.
Okay.
But you're like, wow, dog. But my favorite video recently is the Face Off one. Probably because I love that movie.
Is it because of Nicolas Cage impression?
Yes, it's the Nicolas Cage bits. It's such a hilarious video, and I can't believe it took him this long to cover Nicolas Cage movies. They're hysterical.
He was working on his impersonation, okay?
So yeah, we are fans. I've been watching his videos since 2009.
I've recently got into it, so I think probably like maybe
You got a lot to
months.
catch up on.
Yeah, I have definitely.
Have
a
you
lot.
seen their anniversary movies?
No, I haven't.
Check them out. They're pretty funny. I'm trying to find the next question. Hang on. Whatever happened to Aaron? Aaron is taking care of some personal things right now.
Yeah.
I haven't really talked to him in like a week, so I don't know what's up with him right now. But we're looking to get him back on the show maybe by the end of this month. So he'll be back. He's just dealing with a lot of stuff right now.
It's, life.
Yeah. A lot of things just piling up that he has to straighten out. Okay. So next set of questions are for me. Why did you hate TNA Impact Wrestling? We don't got 3 hours. We don't have 3 hours for me to go through every
Trust me,
minute
people.
detail.
You'll go through so fucking much.
Why do I not like it? I just don't think I think the writing is terrible. I think just the whole direction of that entire company, I just can't get into. They have great matches, I'll give them that. But there's more to wrestling than just the matches. Next question. Who would win in a fight? Ted Turner as Captain Planet or Donald Trump as Superman?
Superman. Fuck the green person. Fuck that person. Superman.
I don't know. We're talking about Ted Turner as Captain Planet.
Oh.
Where Donald Trump is Superman.
Battle of the Billionaires. That's a WrestleMania main event. I don't know. Ted Turner probably go for nut shots.
Hey man, you're from the streets. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Street rules.
No, they'd both just pay people to beat each other up.
Probably.
Get Bobby Lindsley. You guys don't get that joke, but any wrestling fan will get it. Okay.
Well, we didn't really answer it. Who would win?
Who would win? Vince McMahon. I would say, I don't know, Ted Turner.
I'll go with Ted Turner as well, just because I don't.
I don't know these people.
He colorized the moon. Okay. Alright, next question is... Another one. I actually didn't look at this earlier. As 2 fight questions back to back. The other one is, who would win in a fight? Aquaman or SpongeBob?
Aquaman's a bit of... Actually, if you read his comics, Aquaman's actually not that much of a pussy.
No, he's actually a badass in his comics.
So, yeah, Aquaman...
Well, he has control over all sea life. What's SpongeBob? Sea
Yeah.
life. It's a sponge.
Make him commit Harikiri.
Harakiri?
But yeah,
Okay.
like Aquaman in his comics is a bad... In the cartoons, he got butchered.
There was that just that shitty show from the '60s. That's what's ruined him. Every other portrayal of him has either been badass or comedic. I actually really love the Aquaman from Batman: Brave and the Bold, even though it's playing up the Super Friends Aquaman a little bit, but it's more of a parody of it, but he still has like those badass moments.
Yeah.
Justice League, he's a straight up badass throughout the whole show.
Yeah.
Fucking Hook Hand. The guy, I don't know, he was badass in that show. Okay. And got two more. Anyway, next question. Why do you not like Evangelion?
That's to you, because I like it.
Why do I not? Not enough hours in the day. It's kind of hard to say, kind of like in a little bit.
Cause I can't get into new anime.
Do what?
Cause you just can't get into it for some reason. I actually am. I'm gonna probably rewatch it with Robert and actually build up an opinion on it. Cause it's been a good while since I've seen it.
Okay. It just comes off really. I don't know. It just comes off really pretentious, and I just can't stand the characters.
Well, it's
That's
Shinji.
That's the nutshell version.
That's a goddamn teenager. He's got teenager problems.
It's not even him. I'm talking about the girl.
It's white
Which
people
one?
problems.
Asuka, I'm guessing.
Asuka, yeah. I'm talking about
That's a
her.
tsundere. That's just a fucking cliche that's used in every anime.
Actually, was there
She little
Sundays?
Sun Sun.
Was there Sundays during that time? Or was she the...
She's not the original, though.
Okay, she's not the original, but was it an
No,
archetype?
she's the one
During
who
that
kind
time.
of built it up. One of the characters that built it up.
Okay.
Another issue an issue I had with the show is it just seemed like it didn't know where to focus the priorities. Like, it's more about...
It has
like,
a lot of characters that it tries to prioritize.
well, the thing, though, is it doesn't know when to focus on it. A lot of times when we're dealing with end-of-the-world shit, like, you know, angels coming down wrecking shit, we're supposed to be more concerned about Shinji's father issues.
White people's problems. Come on,
They're
come first.
Asian!
They look white to me.
Well, they do, but actually I think Asuka's supposed to be, like,
She's German.
German.
Okay. See, white people's problems.
Okay, there you go.
It comes first, before the world.
It's just I never really could get into it. I could see the merit and I understand that it is a very important anime, but I just never could get into it. I just felt like it was reaching too high. It just
That's Guy Nex.
At least he tries.
No, I mean Guy Nex. Freaking Gurren Lagann. Like, really?
Oh.
They go above and beyond in all their shit.
That's how you gotta do it.
well, honestly,
To almost to a point, it's like, I'm gonna blow my brains out if it gets any more than this.
what I was meaning was I think it's trying to go a lot deeper than it actually has the ability to go.
Yeah.
But I still can't believe they make Gurren Lagann.
Hey,
That is a fucking drug ship of a manga.
Anime.
Mech anime.
Yeah.
I meant to say mech, not manga.
Yeah.
hey, at least they tried to push the boundaries.
They blasted through the boundaries in Gurren Lagann. That's like your third eye opening.
Yeah.
That's how crazy that show was. But that one was crazy in a fun way.
Everything is revolved in spirals because your genes go in spirals and spirals of drills and bullshit.
It's drug trip.
Yeah,
Telling
'cause they were like probably in like a hookah bar or some shit, getting fucked up and opium or some shit.
Watched
It's like,
a lot of
oh my god, dude,
watched a
your
lot of
genes go
Macross.
like in a spiral. Like,
It's just amazing. I never could get into Evangelion, but Gurren Lagann just like that. I was about to say it speaks to me on a deeper level,
oh
but
god.
just kidding. I was just
Be a man. That's all it says.
that's all it says. That's what the joke is for me. It's not like any in-depth stuff. It's basically the equivalent of a child smashing his robot toys together. That's the appeal.
That's Transformers.
Okay. But that's the appeal for me. It's no bullshit. It's simple. Dead simple.
Like you can literally
Hey, somebody don't-
miss a whole episode and still be like, don't give a shit.
yeah. The show. It's not one of the greatest anime or anything. I'm not even
No.
trying to argue
It's an
that.
enjoyable.
It's an enjoyable mess.
Row, fight the power.
If I really looked at it, I probably can think of a lot of problems with it. but I don't think it's one of those animes.
It's not an anime that
warrants
you
it.
want to critique because you just know that it's just an anime that you can't. Because it's just like.
It's equivalent to someone making explosion noises with their mouth.
And
There's
then
nothing
you
to critique.
enjoy it.
It's just, it's stupid fun.
Yeah. It's like when you're young and you're just out playing on like fucking merry-go-round and shit. You're just having fun, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
Where
When
if
life
you're
was
but when you're older and then you look at the kids, you're just like, how the fuck do they have so much fun going in circles?
I don't know. It's just the whole concept of the galaxy giants, the galaxy-sized giant robot. That there you go.
All right. Well, moving on to the next question.
But Evangelion just couldn't get into it. That's it. Okay, next question. Okay, hang on. How the fuck can you watch wrestling? It's just a bunch of rednecks fake punching each other. You're not wrong.
I wouldn't say he's wrong either.
Why do I like it? It's just a different form of storytelling, just more,
Savage entertainment.
I guess. I don't know. I honestly cannot explain why I can watch wrestling.
It's just one of your pastimes.
It's-
Everyone has their own.
Yeah, I'll admit that it could be downright insulting. Like, it basically can insult your intelligence on a constant basis. But there's just something about it when it's hits the nail on the head and really gets going and does what wrestling does best. And it's actually one of the things, though, is about the characters. It's about the characters and how basically it's hard. I can't even explain it. I can't even think how to explain it. It's just one of those things. It's just one of those things that you just get into.
It is so complex that we're too stupid to understand it.
No, it's not even close. Okay, the basic gist I can think of would be like, it's, I always say, like, this is usually the best thing to say to women when you talk about liking wrestling and all that. It's a male soap opera. That's what it is. It's a male soap opera. Except you have the satisfying sight of people smashing steel chairs over their backs.
Okay.
So it's violence without actually being violent. Like I seriously cannot watch UFC because I just can't get into that whole concept of people intentionally hurting each other. And that's what wrestling is. It's that illusion of a fighting sport without them actually intentionally hurting each other. It's just something in me that I just can't not bring myself to watch boxing or anything like that.
See, I, on the other hand, actually enjoy UFC and boxing, but I don't enjoy it just because, people are hurting each other. I just not really competitiveness. I just like fighting style of certain competitors, and I just try to learn off of that, honestly.
Okay.
Because some people just, I don't know why.
Going all old boy on that. I'm gonna learn from TV.
But, I don't know. Some people, when they just get bored, they just want to learn, like, something new, and they just get into it.
With wrestling, I've always contributed to being just a different form of storytelling.
Yeah.
Just more in a competitive nature.
And people get into UFC just because they want to actually learn,
Yeah.
mixed martial arts.
I mean, you talk about like legit tough people in the world. I don't think you get much tougher than a UFC fighter.
No,
Jeez.
not at all.
I bet there's cocky people out there like, I can fight one, just like, they're gonna 1-inch punch you the fuck out.
No.
Like that one guy who challenged Chuck Liddell in the bar.
Or fucking,
He just
just
put him in a
watch-
headlock and that was it.
yeah, that's about it. Or any of the Kimbo Slice fights. Like backyard fights, and it's just like these big guys who are like hyped up on steroids and shit, and they think they can beat his ass. And it's like, nope, fuck you.
it's funny to think that a lot of wrestlers go into UFC. If you notice that Brock Lesnar went into UFC,
Mm-hmm.
had somewhat success from what I've been told. I've seen one of his fights where he just massacred somebody. But yeah, it's kind of funny how wrestling and UFC kind of have the common ground, just because a lot of those guys who go into wrestling, they go into UFC, like in the UFC, and there's always talk about UFC fighters coming into the wrestling, because they want to be a wrestler or they were inspired by wrestling.
I can get why people like boxing though, because it's the more active fighting. Because in UFC you get on like the ground and like the grappling,
Grapples.
and people think like, oh, it's for gay people because all they do is sit there on
And
getting behind each other and getting these gay stances. It's like, no, it's just him trying to keep them down. It's a fight for $200,000. I'm pretty sure I'd
you'll go for whatever you can go for.
Uh-huh. But in boxing, it's just, it's more visceral because they're always just striking each other. It's never like, I'm just trying to choke this guy out and win as fast as possible. No, these guys are hitting each other as hard as possible until someone gets knocked out or, until time runs out.
I used to, my whole thing on, like, I don't like the whole concept of people intentionally trying to hurt each other. That came later. I used to watch boxing back in, like, 05, 06.
Yeah.
One guy, and I could be wrong on those days, but one guy I just never could stand was Mayweather.
Mayweather. Yeah.
And I think that guy would have been perfect for professional wrestling. He has the personality. He can be, probably because he's an actual dick in real life, it
Yeah.
seems like. I think he'll make a perfect heel in wrestling. Oh God, they even had this horrible match at WrestleMania with Big Show and Floyd Mayweather, which was like, no one gives a shit. Because a lot of wrestling fans don't give a shit about boxing. A lot of boxing fans damn sure don't give a shit about wrestling.
It's all just sports in general, and people just like mixed martial arts and just like boxing and stuff just because they got into it just because they watched like a Bruce Lee movie or something, and it was like, yeah, that seems badass. I want to be just like him.
Yeah.
My inspiration or stuff like that.
And just one last thing on that. One last thing on like professional wrestling that I just want to throw in there. Just something about the. I'm not going to say much about the why I like wrestling, but an example of how much I like wrestling. When Ric Flair wrestled his last match with Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, he's been wrestling since the 70s. He's like a 20-time world champion. When he had his retirement match, people were crying in the crowd when he lost, because people got so emotionally invested in the story being told in the ring. They got so enthralled in it. When Flair lost, when they heard that 3 count, people could not believe what they just witnessed. They couldn't believe that the man finally was retired. The fact that he wrestled again 2 years later is besides the point. But the story they were telling was so... the people were so enthralled with the story that they were crying. And these same people went to the Raw after, the Monday Night Raw after, when they did the whole Goodbye Ric Flair segment. There was a grown man crying in the front row. That's how emotionally invested these people got. And then there's like other moments, like when Undertaker was defeated at WrestleMania. The man was, I think, 22-0 or 21-0, and when people heard that 3 count, the whole and we're talking like 70-something thousand people, all went quiet. They all was staring at the ring, because this is basically what everybody was doing because we've seen this a million times. They build up some guys that face the Undertaker at WrestleMania. We're like, okay, the guy's going to lose because everybody's going to lose to the Undertaker, because it's the undefeated streak is the biggest thing of WrestleMania right now. They would never end the streak. And everybody was looking at the friend next to him, and they're like, "There's absolutely no way Undertaker could ever lose to Brock 1-2-3." They just could not believe it, and of course, everybody in the media made fun of these people because it's like, this was scripted months ago, even though it was planned hours in advance. But whatever. Yeah, the fact that people have that much of an emotional connection to a lot of these wrestlers and to the matches happening, that's the best way I can explain it. Just something in there that just clicks.
Okay.
And I saved this one for last because it kind of involves all three of us. Alright. The last question is... Who's the sexiest woman in video games?
Mother humper.
Uh,
Saving this for the last
This
question.
is a trap question. Abort.
Award.
It's not a trap question.
That's okay. I'll throw this in there. Even though like the same thing happened when somebody asked about the hottest, sexiest woman in anime. Kind of hard for me to answer because they're not real, so it's a little hard for me to answer this.
Exactly.
But I don't know. Laura Croft. There's my answer.
Which version?
The one with
The
the biggest
polygon
breasts.
version? Oh, so you're talking about the polygon version when she had a big head?
No,
And
I'm actually talking about I'm actually talking about the one right before the latest game.
Okay.
You got one, or are you gonna abort too?
No, I'm not. I want to say Femship was pretty cool looking. Or...
No, he said sexy, not attractive. So it's
Oh.
just like, who do you think is just like, who do you think is just sexy, just pig-headed sexy?
Huh.
At least that's how I took the question.
Miranda? Mass Effect? Or Femshep? Jack was cool. Not sexy, but cool. Damn. Then there was, what's her name from Walking Dead?
Which one?
The reporter?
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't put in batteries!
Yeah, too bad nothing happened in that one. Fucking whatever her name was, the one that shot her.
Lily?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lily was cool.
Did
too.
you? By the way, did you ever? We're about to end the episode. I just want to ask this question: did you ever save the guy?
Doug?
Yeah. Is there really much of a difference?
Slightly. Instead of shooting, he uses a red dot.
Yeah. Okay. Doesn't he make like an electric fence or something?
No, he rigs up a bell.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Rob just aborted this question, so
Abort.
abort. All right, and I guess we're gonna abort from this episode. So
It was fun. So, thanks for all the questions, and we'll see you next time. This has been Rob.
Philip,
And Don.
see you next week. And before we go, just want to make this clear. Do you guys want your answers and if you guys have questions and you want them answered, just send them in on YouTube, and we'll try to get to them.
YouTube, Twitter, anything, practically.
Yeah, I'm preferably YouTube because Twitter's not working right now for me. So,
Okay.
but basically, any way you can get in contact with one of us, YouTube would probably be the preferred means. You want to tell them the new channel?
Oh, I already left a comment in your newest video that I already left to the channel.
Okay, well, you just want to say it just for in case somebody doesn't see that.
You
There you
misspelled
go.
it.
I was half awake, okay? It was EL. I put EL, I swear to God.
You put channel.
It was...
AL.
I put EL.
Go ahead. No, I'm not the only poor speller in this operation.
No, just fucking stupid. I know I put EL. Piece of crap computer.
Okay, so the new channel is just called The Hobby Shop, right?
No, it's not. I mean, if they found this video, they already found the channel.
Well, good point. I'm asking for me so I can find the damn channel.
It's the, what is the name? The Circle Jerk channel?
Why did you name it that?
Because technically we are. We're technically in a circle. If we had one more person, this would have been a oval.
The fuck is the matter with you? Okay then.
He doesn't come with creative names.
So at least
I asked
something
for
more
you, opinion.
suggestive. God.
You should burn yourself. Alright,
No.
we're done.
We're done. See you guys next week. Okay, that was fun.